Today we have Abhishek Goswami, the CEO and founder of the Wryte Media with us. He has built multiple billion-dollar businesses before starting out with the Wryte Media. He started out with his first photography business in Bangalore, and within 1.5 years their company became a top-tier company in their line of business. A few years later, he started another destination wedding planning business in Goa, especially for NRI Indian clients, and it became a huge success in the next few months. During the pandemic, all weddings were put on halt, and that's when he started the current company called the Wryte Media, where they have amalgamated the advertising industry with digital marketing principles. Abhishek is also a philanthropist and he belongs to a family of entrepreneurs. He and his dad have started a company called Kriti. Almost the entire profit of their brand goes to artisans and to charity. Abhishek ji, thank you for joining us today on the CEO Medium podcast.
Abhishek Goswami ji, it's an honor to have you here with us today. So, first of all, I've heard a lot about you and your journey towards entrepreneurship, how you started, and all the different verticals that you have tried so far. So, I want you to tell me how it all started and how was your journey towards entrepreneurship.
Well, hi, John. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. Thank you for getting me on board with this session. If I start from the very beginning, I always had the knack of getting into something creative because both my parents are artists in their respective fields. My mother being a Hindustani classical singer and my dad being an artist. So the creative edge was there from both the sides, and it inculcated into me and brought this thought of doing something creative, being in the creative sphere and exploring it more. So that got me interested in getting into advertising. So that was the first job that I got after my graduation. It was a learning curve for me, and it was very interesting because when you see a dream all through your childhood, and you finally get a arena or a opportunity to explore that. So the first job that I had was very exciting for me. I started off as a junior copywriter, and slowly I got to explore other verticals within the agency where I also got to be the visualizer, I got to be the graphic designer, and I also was in charge of taking care of the client relations, where I would get new clients on board as well as handle the existing clients and meet their requirements of any design that they are looking to get done from us. So that was the journey that started, and then it was a very interesting time where while getting the opportunity to go through all these verticals, I got to know how it functions. So then it gave me the opportunity to start my own, and then all that learning, all that experience got me to going out and getting plans on my own and seeing where I can do a much better job in terms of handling the creatives and all the other verticals that are there in an advertising agency. So from there, I've always been an explorer in terms of getting into various other creative job practices, I would call that. So that got me into this very interesting opportunity where me and my friend we got together. It was actually just a flight to Bangalore, and then it was an overnight conversation that was between child to form the child photography company that me and my friend opened in Bangalore. So initially, we were very skeptical as to how, we would go forward with it. So we started, clicking pictures of the kids who would, play during the evening at our society complex. And when we did few shoots, we got so many parents interested because the pictures are literally gone viral within the society. So we had many more parents coming in and asking us that, can you do a photo shoot for our kids as well? Can you do a photo shoot for us as parents? And that got us, that got the momentum running, where we started setting up the company, how we would function, what would the verticals be. So the company had very, very unique business module that was truly not seen in the Indian business, or rather the child arena. So it was a very interesting concept that we worked really hard for, and that's where we set up the company in Bangalore. And at the prime of the company, we had almost 28 franchisees all across India, and we had more than 2,000 hospitals that had signed up with us to get their baby photo shoots done. And not just directly with the hospital, but our main intention was to, make the hospital as the source of getting the lead. It would be a source of lead generation for us to, get those parents to sign up for those specialty photo shoots that we would do eventually for the kids when, they go back home happy and healthy. So that was the thing. Then we had many other things that we included, where we would give them a kid bag specially designed for the kid, where there would be gift vouchers, there would be discount coupons, and there would be membership gift cards for the parents, because even after the child is born, the mother especially needs a lot of physical activity, and she needs to get back to her proper health, so that not only her, but she gets the strength to take care of kids. So these were the things that made us a very interesting company, and it obviously garnered a lot of interest through the local media, and Times of India had covered us in one of their articles. We had many other publications, local and national, who had got in touch and had covered our story. So it eventually it was a very, very successful thing, and we went on to the largest company of its kind, who would cater to child photography in this manner and scale. So that was that had abruptly closed, because when partnerships don't work, the business doesn't either.
So the partnership thing fell out eventually, because we had our differences in ideology and how to run the business and everything. So that was the point when I decided that no, this wouldn't be the right place for me to be here anymore. And that's how I left the company. And then I was in a very bad stage in terms of thinking I was thinking what to do next. What is my next approach? So that's where I came to get in acquaintance with one of my common friends, who happened to be a wedding planner based out of Goa. So we got talking. We got conversing over the phone, and then we started talking about the opportunities that we can explore together. So that was another interesting start to another journey that happened after that. So since I was into photography, and the whole thing was how to be creative through taking pictures. So that was obviously a element that would appeal to any wedding planner, whoever, whichever wedding planner you talk to. The weddings, the event, handling the event is one part, but making it memorable is where the photography and the video comes in. That is what is going to stay with you for the rest of the life. So that got us talking, and we came to a point where we agreed that yes, we can do something together. And then I shifted to Goa, and we were one of the very few companies there who actually had a proper in-house photography team who would do everything from pre-wedding photo shoots to wedding day coverage, drones, and everything. The entire bells and whistles, that was something that we had completely in-house. So the clients that we had would never have to go somewhere else, because our work speaked, through its own. So it was a very emotional thing for me personally, because creating such memorable stories for people who are getting married, and they're spending so much of money, so much of time, so much in effort, and so much of their emotional investment. So giving something back to them where they would look at it and smile for 5 years, 10 years down the line, that was something that made it all the more special to work for. Eventually, being there in the industry, I got engaged in handling production. I handled vendors, I handled client relations. So that was the other aspect that made it all the more interesting. The photography thing was the prime focus, no doubt. But getting exposed to other opportunities where I got to visit various places, engaging with hotels to get a deal for the client, going for recce. All that was very, very colorful and interesting. However, since we did the last wedding in Jan of 2020, we were, taking a break, and we were about to prepare for our next leg, starting from June of 2020. But that's when the Corona pandemic happened, and everything went down the drain, and the entire world was practically shut down. We all know that. So that was a big jolt in terms of the industry completely shutting down. I'm just saying this in my personal experience. So that was a big jolt for us. We were very shocked to come to a point where we didn't know what to do, what to take, the next step. What would the next step be? So eventually nothing would happen or could happen, and that's the reason why we took a call of calling it quits for now, making everything stop. We had a lot of our team members that we had to let go. Then we had we had to give up a lot of storage facilities where we had all our things that we used to use for the wedding and everything. So it was a very painful situation, but that's how the entire world was facing with. So that lockdown, that time where everything shut down, that gave me enough time to think of what I can do, where I can go back to. And that's when everything, thanks to the lockdown, everything was going back to online. everything was going towards the internet. So that was a a ring in my head that why not explore my advertising skills that I already have, and why not put that into use where I can get companies on board with them going online. So my journey with this thing started where I approached companies where I knew for a fact that they never had online presence. So convincing them that, see, your offline business is there, it is going to be there, it is eventually going to open, but considering the fact that there is no set time frame as to when the virus will be overcome, or when the vaccine will be out, or if there is any treatment of this that is anywhere near in sight. So this is the perfect opportunity for you to go online and start selling your product and services. So that's where things for me got very interesting, because it was just a thought, and then I thought of it, and enacting on it, people actually realize that yes, it is a very important time in our lives where we have to be online. So I got them online. I started getting more and more inquiries as to how even other businesses who were online but they didn't have a presence, how would they get more visibility, how would they get more customers, what are the tools that they can use more effectively to sell their products or services online. So that's where I started off with the Wryte Media. I spoke to another friend of mine in Chennai, and her sister was in advertising as well, but she had to leave it because she was a newborn, she was a parent, and she had to take care of her kids, and it was a very tasking job for her. So she had left that industry. And now when we spoke and things got in line, and she came on board, we started off with the company where she opened up a branch in Chennai, and we had it open in Calcutta all through. So now we are into completely digital marketing. We are completely focused on getting customers to the companies, getting them to notice these companies, their products and their services, finding innovative ways where the visibility is maximum at minimum investment. Optimizing social media budgets is something that is very important, because there is no end to you spending your money on advertising in any of the social media platforms. So that is something that helps us get the client what they need at the optimum budget that they have. And make most of it, make most of the limited resource in terms of finance that they have, because everyone is still getting back slowly. The big giants they've always been there, and it might have not made a significant dent to them, but there are so many businesses who are local and who rely on daily minimum sale, which affects them very much. So giving them services where the finances are very limited, yet they can yield the most out of it through getting advertised and published online. So that is something that is a challenge, but it is something that is very interesting, and it is yielding results for quite a lot of people. So that's where we are. My future plan with the company is to get into ad film production, where I'm creating a team where we would like to make amazing creative stuff and ad films for companies who cannot spend the huge amounts that are required for the types of ads that we see. They go in crores. So if we can get that in 1/3 the budget, so that is something that I'm really looking forward to. So this is the future plan that we have with our company, Wryte Media. So I'm looking forward to that. That's about it.
Amazing, amazing. So, Abhishek ji, I also wanted to ask you, you have seen many ups and downs in your business. So, did it ever occur to you that I will rather go and have my job back instead of starting multiple companies? Although you have been very successful at whatever you have done in the past, but did it ever occur to you like you also worked as an employee first? So, have you ever thought of getting back to your job?
I the you know the fact that this is a very fact, a very funny thing that happened, which is the time when the lockdown happened. My mom and my dad, even my brother who lives in US, he was like, I don't see. We don't see any improvement happening anytime soon. So, don't you think you should get back to a job where you can utilize your skill rather than killing time and thinking about what to do next? So my answer was, see, I'm patient. I'm optimistic that this time will not last for long. It has to go. Why do I have to come under the pressure of not doing something for a few days? That doesn't matter. I feel lockdown was a blessing for most of us, because that gave us so much of time to do so many new things. I'm sure even you must have learned at least 10 recipes to cook. So I took it that way. I took it in a more creative manner, that this gives you an opportunity to sit down and think of what you can do next for yourself, as well as take out come up with an opportunity where you can bring 5 more people on board, 5 more people, 5 more talented people who are looking for an opportunity. Where I've all through my journey, John, I've seen so many youngsters who are amazing at their job. In terms of what they've learned immediately, getting right out of the college, but they don't have any exposure. They don't have any place to go where they can show their talent, show their portfolio, and say, hey, I'm really good at this software. I'm really good at photography. I'm really good at video. So I would love to get an opportunity to work with you. So these are the type of people who you can vouch for, because the hunger to do something, the hunger to get to a place is will always make them push boundaries and do amazing work. So I have always loved working with a few people where I have also done few corporate video shoots where the main videographer is a newbie. He's just passed college 6 months back, and he's looking for an opportunity. So I worked with him, and the video and with the production, everything turned out to be amazing. So, getting back to your question, where whether I was thinking to get back to a job, it was never my intention, because rather than saying yes or no, sir, I would rather say yes or no, sir, to my own client rather than to my boss. So that was my thinking behind it, and see, eventually, the Wryte Media was born out of that thought and that optimism. So I feel doing something for some other peer, some other person, giving someone the opportunity that they deserve is the biggest thing that you can do as being in a society.
So I think that is a very good approach, and that is
Yeah.
something we can learn from our entrepreneurs. And I've also heard you say that the other day when we were talking over the call, and you told me it's better to be a job creator than to be a job seeker. So when you started a company, so how did that occur to you? Like you want to be a job creator rather than a job seeker?
John, the perfect example that I can give you for this is when we started the Bangalore company for the child photography. Initially, it was something that me and my friend could manage, and we would, we both would be out and about, taking calls from the clients, visiting their house, seeing the location where we could do the photo shoot for their kids and everything. And eventually, when the Times of India covered us, it was like an overnight sensation or viral thing that happened where we started getting calls for shoots where we've clocked almost 200 280 calls a day to book shoots. So that is when that is where I played this exact thing where I immediately put out advertisements where I was only and only looking for college freshers and freelancers who have been in the industry for not more than a year. So I got a huge amount of inquiries, and a lot of amazing photographers came on board, and we obviously did a very thorough scrutiny with the type of photography that each person did, because we had a certain standard that we wanted to maintain in the company. So it was something that me and my friend, we very seriously took, and we did a very strict scrutiny. But nevertheless, we gave opportunity to almost 70 photographers at one point in time where they worked directly under us and they would work on project basis. We didn't keep them on a salary basis because we wanted them to get out there, do as much as they can, and we didn't want to burden them with a typical 9 to 5 or 9 to 8 where they have to work within those hours no matter what. So it was a project based compensation that we worked out with, and that turned out really good because you can't push someone who works with you. So this is something that I've always been telling, that nobody works for me, they work with me. So we are a team, and it always works that way. If you work as a team, that's how everything works. You can't put that designation that you are a CEO and you are okay. There are boundaries where you expect a certain amount of respect, and they will automatically give you that when you give them an opportunity to show that respect to you. So giving this opportunity to so many newbie photographers was amazing, and that spread all across the franchisees that we had, and we eventually we put it in a clause where the franchisees would get photographers, and the requirement would be the same where they hire new and just fresh out of the college photographers. So this was the thing, this is one of the examples that I can give you. And apart from that, the advertising industry and everything, I have worked with many people who are doing their work in their own manner, in their own respect, no doubt. But they want, even they are looking for some really interesting projects to do. They are looking for some very high budget or high production value based work that they want to do. So engaging them in that, looking keeping in touch with them, and that's where it becomes very easy for you to choose that, okay, for this job I'm going to take this person, for this job I'm going to take that girl. So that eventually became a practice where giving opportunity to someone who truly deserves it was something that felt amazing, and it in return brought out really amazing work.
Amazing, amazing. So one thing I also wanted to ask you about challenges that you have faced initially, and now that Wryte Media is slowly growing, and amidst this pandemic only, you have started this, and already it has become a big name in Calcutta and other parts of India. So, what are the challenges that you initially faced, and what are the challenges that you are facing now as an entrepreneur?
See, the initial challenge that I'm facing is the very point that I made to you in the beginning. It was the point where I had to convince the companies who were never online, and bring them on board, and give them that trust that yes, you can sell your product or service online, if not in a better manner than what you used to. And keeping corona and the pandemic in mind, it is something that we all know that wouldn't go away so soon. And that was the most challenging part in convincing the business owners that trust us, let us put your trust in us, let us work our magic, let us work through the experience that we have, where we will help you get back to your business, but online. When you can't open the shop, when you have your shop in a containment zone, how can you operate from there? You can't even take out the stuff from the inventory that you already have, which is locked and behind the shutter. So what do you do? So that was when we convinced you clients of ours that listen, we can help you get certain permissions in place. You can talk to your local authorities, and you can just wait to see if there is a certain amount of relaxation that is being given to small businesses who can, operate in a very limited manner. So that was something that was the most challenging part, where and especially in Kolkata, the business owners are generally run by the previous generation still. So they are very skeptical. They're very scared of trying all this online thing. They believe in they've always handled cash. So a person comes to their store, buy something, they give the cash, and they just leave. So that's something. So a person who is habituated to that, he's very scared that no, these online payments are fraud things. So I'll never get my money. The amount is still not credited to my account. So all these things, all these questions, was something that I faced day in and day out, and I would get calls at 2 a.m. in the morning, where the client is saying, "Abhishek ji, kal ka payment abhi bhi nahi aaya, mera to paisa doob gaya," this that. So convincing them, giving them that trust value that listen, we know that you're going online for the first time. It is going to be a new thing for you, but trust. Please place the trust on us. We will make sure that your product is sold, your services are being given to the people, and people are made aware that okay, this is how you are selling your product, and this is where your USP is coming. So eventually, that became a very after a lot of convincing a lot of people, that became a very easy thing for us later on, because those clients would get referred by them. They would say, "Nahi, ye bahut acha idea hai. It's a very good idea. Let's go get in touch with him. He'll make sure that you get online and your product gets noticed, this, that." So right now we are thankfully in a place where things have opened up and everything is sort of back to normal within the social distancing and wearing a mask boundary. But people are they are more open, they are from more forward in terms of thinking that yes, I can go online, I want to go online, please make my store online. So there are a lot of people who are progressing towards keeping an online and offline presence. So that is something that we are experiencing at the moment. So that's pretty good.
And what are the challenges that you are facing now as an entrepreneur?
Challenges that I'm facing right now. Challenges, my the biggest challenge right now is people are very scared in terms of having a budget set for their online activity. They want to spend real amounts that are which don't make any sense, and you can't expect to get something for very a lot of things for very less amount. What I'm trying to say is that if you have a minimum idea of how online marketing works, how online strategies work, how you get your brand name more visible online. So there is a minimum effort and there's a minimum financial commitment that goes with that. So what they typically expect is, okay, we spend 100 rupees and we get at least 100 customers out of it. So it doesn't work that way. So this convincing part of convincing people that see, you are doing business, you are doing it through our online channel and your online store, your online social media presence. But you have to factor in that when there was no COVID, you would spend that exact you would spend a considerably more amount on getting billboards printed. You would get newspaper ads done, which would cost you in lakhs. So what is your so explaining them that see that it is equally important for you to be that present and be that much more available online. That is the only way you can catch more customers, grab more retention, grab more business out of it. So see, it's as simple as how much you get what you give. So you invest. That's how you can get to a point where you want to be. So this is one challenge. The other challenge is when they don't see a result that they were expecting in their mind. It was not something that we had told them that you will get. See, whenever you do online marketing, you can never give them a revenue forecast. You can give them a forecast of probable customers that will visit your store, probable customers that will visit your Instagram page or your Facebook page, but you can never give them a revenue forecast. So the clients would now come and say that, Abhishek ji, आपने तो बोला था कि इतना customer आएगा, इतना sale होगा, इतना call आएगा, ये आएगा, वो आएगा, and that didn't happen. They don't want to go ahead in the following month. They are like, no, since our shops have opened offline, we are happy with that. We don't want to be online anymore. We'll get back to you. We'll talk if we have any more requirements to be online. So this is another challenge where they have an expectation that they have built in their mind, but they do not understand the economics, or they don't understand the way social media marketing works. It is about engaging people and getting them to notice you. And in the end of the day, it is it is the customer who will decide that I want to buy that from you. So you cannot force them to buy it. It is their decision to take. So I will bring them to your store. Whether they buy it or not, that is their call. We can't. There's nobody on this planet that can guarantee you that yes, you'll have this much sale. That is something that you have to. Where your part comes is the effort you put in convincing them that yes, the product that you're looking for, this is the best that we can give you at the best price. Please come and visit our store. Click on the button, click on the buy now button, click on the call now button, whatever it is. So that is where I can bring them. Eventually, the customer buying it or not, it is his or her call. So these are the the basic but very incremental or substantial challenges that we have. So this is the thing. So we are making changes in it. We are convincing people that no, listen, this is how it works. We are educating them rather. That see, this is how it works. The only thing that you can do is you can try and better your product. You can present it in a better way. We can give you ideas in where a product that you're selling, maybe 10 other people are selling, but how does your product may be any different from the other 9 products that are out in the market? So we give them insights, we give them analytic reports, we give them creative inputs as to package it in this way, do this way, so that it will be a more effective product. Advertise it this way. So this is where we are meeting with the challenges, and we are coming to a place where we can do them good. So that's about it.
That's awesome. So do you think that mentality shift will happen anytime soon? Also because this COVID has taught us that all the with the pandemic, all the offline businesses or traditional businesses are closed. So do you think that mentality shift of going online will prosper, or the people who are from rural areas, they will adapt to that particular going online, taking their business online?
Yes. See, this is somewhere the big giants. Like if I can mention Amazon here. Amazon has recently started their fresh segment within the app, where you can buy local vegetables and local produce from a store which is not very far from you. So this was a talking point for us to get many of the customers online, where we convince them that see. Amazon will get you on board, but they will take a chunk of your profit. But here, I will take you on board, and you will keep all of your profit. So, what would you prefer? That is that was a talking point where we engaged a lot of customers, not just to come and get online through us, but I have inspired many vendors who have gone online on their own. They have found their own way to sell things online, where they opened up a store on WhatsApp, and they're taking custom orders right from there, and they're delivering it here. There's a vegetable vendor who, with his wife and his older son, they're doing amazing. They take orders on WhatsApp, and within 2 hours they will deliver it within their locality, because obviously they have logistical limitations. So these convincing points, these places or the subjects where you can tell these people that see, it is a process that happens and it doesn't happen overnight. This is a very important thing. Whenever a new person comes online and is trying to advertise their product online, it is not a thing that will happen overnight. You have to give time to it. There is a procedure that goes behind it. There is a long-term commitment that is in place, where things will eventually and obviously grow, but it will take time. So that is another thing that I would say, is that convincing them that, see, hold on to this idea of being online for the next 6 months. You will definitely see it grow. You will definitely see the difference. But don't expect it to you sign up today and tomorrow you call up and say that, hey, we order nahi aaya. That doesn't work that way. So convincing and making sure that these people are well educated and they know how it works and what they are getting into. The transparency behind the commitment is very important. So that is what we are trying to do with them.
Let's talk about something apart from entrepreneurship. You also mentioned your family has been highly into spirituality. So,
Yes.
we were on a call yesterday. So we were talking about entrepreneurship, spirituality, and other aspects of art and everything. So you mentioned about spirituality and art. So do you think has it impacted your business in any way, like practicing spirituality? And my second part of the question is, do you think other entrepreneurs should also take up, spirituality or any form of art to grow their business? Does that help in any way?
John, coming to the first part that you asked, my family has both my parents, from both my mom's side and my dad's side, both have grown up in a very spiritually inclined family. Um, both the sides, they have their ancestral temples, which are more than 1,000 years old right now. So getting growing up in that environment, that is something that they have eventually inculcated in me and my elder brother. So it is a thought that we have grown up with, that yes, there is a ultimate power up there. There is some higher authority who will get you through your tough time, who will sail you through a moment where you don't want to be in, soothe out your rough patches in the life that you are leading, give you enough wisdom to make the right choices, give you enough um, mental strength to overcome that. So that is something that has always been inculcated, and somewhere down the line, both of them being creative, the spirituality comes in that form as well. So being spiritual is, how I define it is, you being true to yourself, true to your trade, true to your talent. That is also a face of being spiritual. You are dedicating yourself to something. You're dedicating yourself to doing an activity that might enhance another person's life. So that is spirituality, basically. So that that has been always there in the family. Both my parents have been an immense support system in that regards. And coming to your next part of the question that you had asked, see, my only suggestion is, as I was previously saying, find your spirituality in what you love, what you want to do, the passion that you have for the thing that you're doing. It might be anything. It might be doing a 9 to 5 job. It might be manufacturing something. It might be any sort job that you're doing. So doing it truthfully, doing it with all your hard work and all your heart into it, I believe spirituality comes from there. You can't be any more true to yourself when you are happy in doing whatever you're doing, and with a clean heart and with a open mind, and listening to people, being forthcoming, being transparent about all the business dealings that you're doing, about any transaction that you do, whether it might be a verbal transaction, it might be a financial transaction, it might be a service transaction, whatever it is. Do it truthfully, do it in a transparent way, be true to yourself. I think spirituality will inculcate you to be a better person from where you are in that regards, and it will take you to a much better place.
So, sir, the last question that I want to ask you is about your vision for your brand. So, what was your vision behind your brand? Like, what is a goal that you want to achieve in terms of yourself and for the society, the world out there?
See, John, in this regard, I will only talk to you about the last company that I have now opened. It's called the Wryte Media. My goal with the company is, as I was explaining before, my goal is to communicate, educate, and bring people to a place where they can explore their potential in terms of being online, and also if they wish to be offline, and offline being their primary target of selling the product or service. I want to be their partner in the journey that they take in becoming a much better brand, become a better service. The experience and the expertise that I have, and my amazing, our goal is to help them in the most effective manner to get to the place where they want to be. I'm not trying to make any multi-million-dollar brand overnight. I'm just trying to get their brand to a place where they can proudly say that yes, we were in this place 5 years back, but we are here, and thanks to whatever was done through Wryte Media, we are doing amazing, and our brand value has increased. Getting a brand recognized is not a matter of joke. Brands like Louis Vuitton and Gucci, they didn't happen overnight. So it was a time-taking and time-consuming process. But so that is where I want to help these brands get recognized, and ring a bell in a common man's mind that yes, I know this brand, I've seen it somewhere. This is a very good brand. I think I can recommend that brand to my family or my friend. So this is my vision. Also, the point where I said I want to build a ad film production company where I engage newbies and new एकदम freshers जिसको बोलते हैं, so that the ideas are fresh, the execution is fresh, the production is fresh. They have their own way of seeing how we can make this brand stand out. So this is something that I'm really focusing on and looking forward to. This is my plan as of now.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Abhishek ji, for being with us today and sharing your mindset, your journey this far as an entrepreneur. Well, that brings us to the end of the podcast. It was a pleasure talking to you, Abhishek ji. And I have listed all the social media handles of Abhishek sir below. Do check those out and follow the Wryte Media. And also, before we end the podcast, Abhishek ji, I would like you to give 3 advices or any quote or message that you would like to give our audience, especially those who are planning on on a similar journey?
I would like to tell a few things to them, to new aspirants, to new amazing creative talents that are out there. Uh, Follow your heart, follow your passion, stick to it. Don't get demoralized or get like you know lose your concentration. Stay focused. If you know you are providing something that is you are providing a product or a service that is going to make a difference in a lot of people's lives, don't let it go. Stick on to it. Be very patient. That is my second point. Be very patient. Be focused. Be patient. Things don't happen overnight. The miracles don't happen overnight. Everyone works really hard to get where they want to. Everyone who we look up to have also worked very, very hard to get to where they are. No one is an overnight success. Success doesn't happen overnight. Even if it happens overnight, people usually don't consider the fact that it might have taken that person 30 years to get that overnight success. So that 30 years of hard work is very important to also understand, not just the success but also the hard work behind the story. So be focused, be patient, believe in yourself and believe in the product that you're making. Thanks to, I would also like to mention that, thanks to whatever the policies that the government is bringing with the new MSME policy that the government has brought, they are going all out in helping startups to, get funded very easily, very efficiently. And they are also giving you arenas where you can speak to financial experts, you can speak to industry experts and get their info and their expertise on how you can make your startup and your company, shine and grow. So don't get demotivated. Be focused, be very patient. You will do amazing things. Our country has immense potential and we are doing a lot of amazing things that the world is noticing. So don't move away, don't lose your focus. Do it. You will get to that point eventually.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your amazing advice with our audience. And guys, do like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And also, guys, if you like this video, do share it with your family and friends so that they can also take the value. Till then, have a good day.